Max over there.
What's good? What's good? We back live from Fayettenam. We got Mr. Jones. We got Mr. J. We got Big Face, DJ Zesta, and of course the one and only Paul Hassan. How y'all doing, fellas?
Yeah.
Good, good. Can't
All right,
complain.
all right.
It's
So we
good.
got
Everything's in motion.
Zesta over here eating on the
2-6.
run. Big Face about to twist up and drink. And
You know,
Jones
how we
about to
do.
go eat some Mexican food. Happy birthday to your wife, of course.
Yeah.
And that's
Indeed.
cumpleaños to Mrs. Jones.
Yeah.
Man, thank y'all. That means everything, man. She met me when I was dusty and broke down. And
And
she was
now
like,
he's so
man, let me
dusty.
pick.
Oh, you're not dusty broke down anymore, Jones?
Yo, wow, man.
Bro.
I mean, I'm feeling the real, man. This damn Virgo, man. She almost brought me to the R&B world. I was about to start singing and shit,
That's what's
you
up.
know. But yeah,
I
man,
would pay
peace,
to see
man. Peace
that.
to all y'all.
Guys, Jones to Billy Paul.
Yeah, somebody to hold you down, man. You know.
Indeed. Yeah, it's
So what's
beautiful.
what's
And
today's topic,
eh,
Paul? What we here for? What we talking about today?
All right, so I want to get into a touchy
word.
subject. I want to get into the J.
All
Cole
right.
thing. The J. Cole thing. I want to start off with the J. Cole thing. I want to make it a two-part question. Two-part question. First part would be, should J. Cole attempt to like put on an artist from Fayettenam?
I mean,
Like,
organically,
That's the first one. Hold on.
Yeah,
That's
should
number
he
one.
attempt? Should he attempt? Yeah, the other part would be more like, do we need him to? You know?
well, I mean, yeah, I mean, one, of course, man. There's lots of talent here. Why not? I mean, it'd probably be easier for him to build a campaign around somebody here than somewhere else. And two, nah, we don't. We really don't. But I mean, it'd be great if he did. How about
Okay.
that?
So he should. So he
You know,
should. You're saying?
I would. Hey, if I had the money, there's several artists in Fayetteville I feel like you couldn't lose your money on if you invested in them.
Okay. Mr. J.
Hmm.
I think a lot of times, some artists, feel like they should have their hands held by, different cats because they got big names, because they got this or that. He doesn't necessarily need to. I think it would be nice, what I'm saying, to reach back. Would be something that was, something that was looked upon favorably because, cats out here are definitely this, like you said, there's talent everywhere. In the middle of doing this documentary, I'm just hearing the same kind of thing about unity and talent. And, it needs somebody to kind of reach back. And, as far as would that help? Yeah, of course it would help. Of course it would be, a good look. But, these guys got to be ready to go. They got to be, they got to be ready to move at a moment's notice. And they can't expect anybody to just hold their hand. Can't expect anybody to just, oh, well, this is going on, that's going on. You know, no, you got to be able to move. And you got to be moving on your own, really.
Oh yeah, you got to have motion. You got to create your own motion now.
Yeah, I feel like they should take his blueprint and do the same thing, or do what I mean? Like you have to go to where the market's at. You got to take your wares to the market. Because there really, there is a local scene here. There's a local scene, but it's the money in the local scene isn't as big as it is in a global market.
Also, remember he didn't make it through the local scene, so I mean it's not necessarily a
Nope.
blueprint for success.
That's what I'm saying. He had to go
That's
to New York.
that's right. That's what I'm feeling with. That's what I'm feeling with both of y'all. All three of y'all are going. I'm feeling that. Yeah.
That's
Well,
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
because he
rest
definitely, he
of it.
I
definitely
mean,
kind of ran the
like
circuit.
I see a lot of the younger artists taking the blueprint and moving with it though. Like social contract, they be in Wilmington, they be in Brooklyn, they be all over, taking their art and performing shows and on the grind there's a lot of artists out here that are really serious about it. And it would be cool if Cole plucked one out, but the politics involved. He does a lot of stuff for the city that people don't even know about. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I back that up 100%.
So if he was the like
Listen, guys, if you're an artist from Fayetteville today, he's giving you $1 billion worth of advertising already.
yeah, that's
I mean,
Indeed. It was wild for me because, I mean, first of all, I think all of us right here, peace, Paul. Thanks for delivering the platform.
Paul Masson.
Appreciate it.
All of us can say that we were in spots. We know people. I didn't see this shit coming. Me and my wife, I was just trying to give my wife a good birthday some years ago, and this motherfucker put all of us on HBO. and had Jay-Z and Drake at the show. I didn't pay for that part of the show.
Yeah,
I got the call at 9:12 that they had hit the tarmac at Fayetteville Regional Airport, and they left at 9:47. They were there for 25 minutes. They hit the stage. They were back in the flight. J. Cole paid some money for them two boys. J. Cole dropped $250,000 for them boys to make that 6-minute stop. For real.
And your face.
Remember that, Jones?
It was beautiful. Nobody expected. Everybody was there for him.
That was a huge move for Fayetteville. That was a huge coup for him to get that done right there. For real. On the last stop of his tour. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
The brother.
So when they say the hate toward him, I don't understand. He's shown a ton of love for the city, man. He really has, man. Maybe not individually.
The cat sold out. He sold out 2 shows at Madison Square Garden, and then he ended the tour at home. And then he's like, you know what?
And he pulls up on basketball.
I got Drake.
Goddamn sweats and just.
I got Jay-Z.
I love the kid.
But as an artist, you gotta know, man, ain't nobody just gonna give you nothing.
But controversially speaking, what you hearing? Let me play devil's advocate. What you hear in the Ville is he don't help nobody. He ain't signed nobody from the Ville. Why the fuck he ain't got a whole roster of Ville grimy cats? And I'm sure a lot of you on this podcast with me, we work with artists in Fayetteville. That's easier said than done. I mean, so
I agree.
Let's be honest here. He's worked with professionals. And, there may be 100 artists and 20 of them in Fayetteville may be really dope and 2 of them are professional. So, I mean.
Well, and here's another thing too, right? He put on, he actually had Moray on his album. Moray's from here.
Absolutely.
So we don't give him no love like that.
And that shit was dope. It was dope. It was dope too.
Yeah, he did. No doubt.
Moray had a hit record first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what he just said, though. If you got some motion, he has shown the ability to, hey, if you got, I'm going to help you out. You from the Ville, I got you. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, why not? Why not?
You need to come up with a hit record. You got to think about it. He's one of the top tier rappers in the world.
Now,
in the world.
Word. Top 5 right now, active. Top 5 active.
In the world, they say Drake, Kendrick, Cole. Globally,
top 5 active.
You know what I mean? Like the caliber, like where your game need to be at.
He could put out a fart on a tape and make money.
You competing with rappers from all over the planet trying to get signed by Dreamville. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I see what he's doing with the Afrobeat. He's picking up, Eric Starr. He's like, you gotta make your own moves, man. Nobody's gonna give anybody shit out here. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta do your own thing. And I don't know, man. I think in Fayetteville, it's such a small city, and then the rap scene inside of Fayetteville is even smaller. And rappers come and go, man. Some people are serious, some people ain't, and some people feel like they deserve respect. Like they,
what I always loved about Fayetteville, I view Fayetteville as a small international city, though. Okay, one of the few small cities that is also international. We got an international culture. We got international population. We got New York, all states represented, all countries represented. My bus stop had Vietnamese cats, Thailand cats, Puerto Ricans, blacks from up top, Southerners from Alabama. So, I mean, we are an international small city. So we got a unique kind of situation here. You know what I'm saying? But that being said, you know, I mean, I feel like Cole's done a lot for us, man. And I feel like here's the real, you want to talk about something controversial. Why the fuck hasn't Cole made a record with Rain 910?
What do you say?
Why hasn't he made a record with Rain 910? I mean, Rain 910 got dope product, got plenty, you know,
Yeah.
he's on the level. I don't understand. That's what I want to know.
All
You
right,
know
let
what
me
I'm
tell
saying?
you what I
Well,
think.
you know
though.
what?
We talked about some of that
Go ahead.
before. You know, some of it might be personal, some
No,
personal
I
stuff
know. I
that
mean,
happened. You know,
that's what I want to hear. You
I
know what I mean?
I don't think it's personal because I look at a cat like Jay-Z. Jay-Z could have signed anybody from Brooklyn, and he chose a Fayettenam cat. I know there's some heat up there. I know it is. It's gotta be. Like man, we grew up
The other part
right
of
with you,
that,
and you chose this cat. It's a business decision. Who's the best?
Cole
Who can I work with?
Cole has been signed to them Rockefeller, Live Nation, Rock Nation for almost 20 years now. You know what I'm saying? It's not like just
No doubt.
yesterday. Yo, this has been, you know what I'm saying? It's been space for other people to get on and for other people to take their business to the next level or take their art to the next level. There's been space for that. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, you really got it. You know, I'm not saying I know the formula to make a rapper a superstar.
Right.
Nobody knows other than pure hard work, determination, grind, believing in yourself, and taking
And some
it to
luck.
the market.
About as much luck.
Yeah, that I mean definitely
All
where
that and some luck.
you gotta go to where the market is. You gotta go to them where the media is at, where the business is at. It's not here. The infrastructure just ain't here. Now, I mean, you can look at like how people like in Texas are like, you know, all these small markets
okay, yeah,
create their own culture, their own scene, sell their
yeah.
own, you know, work with each other. Most of the time in those scenes, everybody works with each other. They pay each other for verses. They pay each other for beats. They, you know what I'm saying? They perform at the same spots, but we really don't have that here. We don't have
Not that kind of scene. No.
yeah, we don't got. I mean, it could be built though. It could be done.
And you 100% could do that here. I've been saying this for years. I don't understand why people don't say it. Why you couldn't have a Day Uno, Sunny the Star, and Papa Louie.
Froze up. I don't know if that's me.
You could sell it $20. You could make $2,000. The venue, you could do it. Everyone can make a couple $100. I've done it. I did it with Rest in Peace, you know, Big Abe. I had the Big Face Off 6-7 years ago. Jones attested to that. I'm giving $250 a week away every week to a winner, and you know, you get to perform. You get paid $250 to perform. So, I mean, it can be done, man. I don't understand why it's not. To be honest with you.
So we're talking about Carolina business now.
Hang on, salute. Here's to panties. Not the best thing in the world, but right next to it. You feel me?
Let me chime in as the music promoter guy here. As the music promoter guy here, you know, I say it all the time. Nobody in Fayetteville spending any money on promo. And it ain't about spending money on promo with me. It's about spending money on promo with somebody.
Period. Yeah.
You know, and then as far as should he put somebody on, I think we need him to kind of help make sure Moray kind of just succeeds. So he can kind of trickle down. You know, it's got to be a trickle down
Everyone should
effect,
support
you know?
whoever succeeds from here, man.
But
yeah,
If you don't, that's some hate in your blood. I don't understand.
yeah, I
Even
think
if
we
it
need
ain't
to
your
focus
style.
more on like Moray needs to succeed, and
Even if it ain't your
Jester,
style,
you know,
man.
Jester and whatnot, and not really focus on J. Cole so much no more. Like you say, individually focus on ourselves. Get out there, grind, build a culture. And Fayetteville need to stop thinking with Charlotte. Like we need to take it our show on the road. We need to take it to Charlotte. We need to take it to Raleigh. We need to take it to Durham. Fayetteville's it's the fourth
I
biggest
feel, yeah.
city.
Well,
maybe fifth biggest city.
I mean, 100%.
You know,
I
Paul,
agree with Paul. I agree with Paul on this.
and I feel what you're saying, Paul, because I can look to my brother right here. I don't know how my hands are looking on camera, but I can point to Big Face. With Big Face, that was my first time going to Atlanta. And we knocked it out. We was at a fucking car show. That was my first time in it.
We had a contract with Lowrider Magazine, and what we had there, Jones, 20,000 people, 20,000.
And it was a whole car show.
It was huge. It was huge. It was Mexican Nationals, but it was huge.
And we were the entertainment, but it was beautiful. I'm like, damn, my first time in Atlanta. My beat get played. I do my song. Motherfuckers like, yeah. And then they get back to the car show. Big Face perform.
On stage.
Man, a lot of names. No, man, I got memories.
Eddie believes, but back on that, but we spent $60,000 on promo during that time period of a few months. I mean, and that was in 2000. So we spent, like he said, we got to spend a ton of money to make some money. I mean, you got to spend the money. It's a big boy club.
So, but
it is.
Back to the,
you got to go out there,
the conversation.
Hit streets.
Unless you got something that's so undeniable it can't be stopped. On the business end, you're going to have 20 hot shits, but only 2 of those would have been hot with no money at all. 18 of them took money to get hot.
Well, let's stay on that. In Fayetteville, who's really undeniable? Undeniable in Fayetteville.
For me,
throw any of us out the mix.
I only got 2 artists I could say that active right now today that I would say are undeniable, and that to me is, three then. Sonny the Star, Day Uno, and Block Baby Moolah. I don't think they can lose. Day Uno doesn't actively rhyme anymore. He's owns Unhumble Clothing. He wants to emphasize he's a designer, and that's cool. But every time he drops something, it's super dope. But Sonny has never really, I don't know, Sonny's hot on everything he does. But Block Baby got the credentials and the music, and now he's starring in movies.
Switch it up.
So, I mean,
we got to see
those 3 to me, I don't know. You guys say what you say. That's currently. I'm not talking about all time or nothing like that.
I could tell you an artist that I listened to in Fayetteville. I was a fanatic.
I love Hollywood Hemi. You know what I'm saying?
There was only one artist I was a fanatic of any song in Fayetteville most recently, and that was Yo LaRue.
Yeah, that whole thing's got a real movement going on.
A lot of motion. YOLO got a lot of motion. I see him doing shit all the time.
Cannot knock YOLO Rue's hustle, nor his motion, nor what he's done in the industry. He went on tour with Future. I mean, come on, man. I don't know why motherfuckers don't love him more. Like, he's always shown me mad respect when I ran into him, and I like YOLO. You know what I'm saying? Once again, it's one of them styles makes the fight type shits. Like some people in the Ville don't really feel like YOLO, that style is the Ville, but YOLO does his fucking thing. And I love that. And that's what hip hop is about. Hip hop's a form of expression. It's not necessarily who the dopest lyricist, obviously, or who the dopest whatever songwriter is. I mean, he brings something to it. He's a businessman. He definitely, his hustle, if cats in Fayetteville hustle like him, they be on, goddammit. I'm going to tell you that. Works hard as fuck. So
any other names? Any other names? Undeniable.
Man, I like Vader's Camp, man. I like 4700, man. Them cats is always putting on shows. They had the Villains Den a couple weeks ago at Empire Lounge, and then there's a spot on Bragg right now they're throwing shows at called the Zaza or something. It's a little hole in the wall spot.
Zaza. I'm familiar with the Zaza.
But yeah, they
oh man,
Vader 4700, man. I met up with them about
the loop.
That's what's up. Yes, sir. Almost time. Word up. But yeah, man. I like seeing them cats get out there. Social Contract, man. Fucking Malcolm Chester and these are young cats, man. You remember Tamani? I don't know if you remember Tamani.
Well, what he's asking is now, he's asking for your short shots
his
now.
Son, Jared.
These is short shots. These is cats you would put $100,000 of your money on.
Undeniable.
We got Hood the Mayor, and who else was
Put them on in the bill right now. The three I named, I would do that. I would do that.
I'm gonna tell you a cat one time that I thought was really fire, and that was P Fire.
Yeah. Oh, the hype man
sure.
of all time. Hype man. I love P, man. P, come on, P and Big Fade. I tried to steal him from rolling weight, man. I tried to make him try to be my hype man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Paul got historical.
All right, we got Fat joining
We got a
in.
6 member. We got a
once
6
again,
member.
I thought you asked
Yo,
about
we got?
super
Who
shots.
else?
Hey, if we go into the past, I'm bringing in Dark Side Camp. Absolutely. I'm bringing in 40
Let's
Cal,
go.
30 and Shiggy and
Piece of 40. Piece of 40.
Side Camp.
Yeah, no doubt.
Dead boy.
Yeah, I mean, we
man, we got
could
Fat
always
Boy
go
out
on
of
the
Greensboro
past and
joining
name
in.
people, but like we kind of on right now. Like who's right now that's like you
So
to
that's
put
what
money
the ones I
behind?
named are right now.
You
Block
putting a
Baby
bet on.
Moolah right now. Hollywood Hemi right now. Sonny the Star is right now.
Sonny the Star. That shit. Okay.
Sonny the Star, Block Baby
All right.
Moolah. My three that I think could go, Block Baby Moolah, Sonny Star, and Day Uno. They could all go right now.
I think the solution is for them cats to form up and put all their resources together and try to create a movement.
Fat Boy, what up, man?
That's what it is.
Man, I done said yo about 10 times and my mic muted the whole time. What's up, y'all? What's up?
What's up, man?
Peace.
My bad.
Hey, yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time, man. What's going on with you, brother?
I'm in here. I ain't mean to interrupt the conversation, man. I just wanted to, speak and say what's up. You know you don't walk in nobody's house and don't speak.
Yeah. You still rocking the flip side?
Down south.
Hey, not for nothing, but I just got a text and I landed a $30,000 hardwood job while we on this. So thank you, Jesus.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up.
I just checked my text. Sorry, fellas. I had to say it.
Business.
Nah, it's all good.
I did that shit like 2 months ago, and I thought that shit was in the wind. So, oh yeah.
Live from Fayettenam.
I laid a hardwood while you at work in your wife's bedroom, dog.
Hardwood.
Johnson's hardwood. You know we do.
That's what's up.
Big Face Snapchat. He's Snapchatting on floors. Snapchatting.
I had to check it. You know what I'm saying? I'm on with. Look, I screenshot this. Look, I screenshot this. I'm on with some legends. I said, hey, let me screenshot this.
Hey, what came out this week? What are y'all listening to right now? What's in the car? What's in the whip right now?
I'm listening to that Lil Durk and J. Cole still, man. I'm on that shit super hard. I can't get off of that shit. Like,
that's what's up. Yeah.
I'm a big Joyner Lucas fan myself. I'm a huge Joyner Lucas guy too, guys.
I am too. I'm a huge Joyner Lucas fan also.
Yeah, Jordan.
I was born in Massachusetts. I was born in Boston, Massachusetts, Brockton, Massachusetts, and raised here. So he's a Massachusetts guy. I love that shit.
Wait, so you fuck with terminology?
Yeah. I do. And white boy up there, I forget his name now. I forget this white boy up there. I fuck with him too, but I forget his name off the top.
Man, yeah, terminology is always.
I'm a lyricist. I'm a backpacker. So yes, I fuck with all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
What's my man's name? Shit.
What's my man myself? Listen to some old joints back in the day too, man. Just listen to some of the old Empire stuff. You know what I mean? That mixtape that we did with God Rest the Dead, Carolina Bad Boy. You know, I was listening to that today.
Who that? You talking about Black Rob? You talking? Down with that boy. His name? Who rest in peace from Bad Boy?
No, Carolina Bad Boy.
That DJ
Carolina Bad Boy.
Carolina Bad Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, one that took me off guard.
First cat to play me on the radio at midnight played me in Suzette, the anthem libation that blew up. I got all kind of shit off of that. And
damn, I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah, me and Suzette Belize, you know what I'm saying? We that shit got us 12,000 terrestrial spins. That's why we were in Atlanta with Jones and all up and down the East Coast, man. We got a lot of promotion off that, actually. And you know, that's
It's
a
wild.
different time, guys. That was a different time we performed in, guys. That was a different time frame.
Well, let's talk about that. How they
Man,
performing nowadays compared to how we used to perform when we had to literally you had to rap over the beat.
On type shit.
No ad libs, no hype men half the time. Now they're just rapping over the
you ain't got the
whole song.
fucking show track. You rapping over yourself all the time. What are you doing over there? The performances have definitely fell off, except for the top 1%. You know, your top 1%. Like I went to the Master Mike tour, and so my man right here, and I was
out
in
there.
and out because it was a blur. But you know, some of the audio was not good, man. Like you rapping over the tracks. When did we start doing that? That sounds horrible. I love the mic. Give me the mic, man. All I need is my ad libs. Give me my ad libs and my hook, and that's all I need. I got you.
Yeah, show
I got you.
have taken a turn for the worse. Some people just rhyme straight over their vocals and everything. Like, why are you doing that?
Over what's streaming on the popular streaming site.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, it's one thing to have if you have an old track and you don't have the show track keyed up, you don't have all that stuff together. But even if you're doing that, you got to have some energy. Some of these other cats are just walking across the stage.
I mean, come on,
walking
man.
back and forth.
Say it again.
I was talking about artists from Fayetteville do numbers. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Eric Lottery. He currently resides in Charlotte, but Eric Lottery is from Fayetteville, grew up here. He moved in Charlotte as an adult. He's got 3 million spins on Spotify. Also has went viral on the RNG Golf, where he's went super viral. He's on getting mentioned on ESPN. Eric Lottery, if you've never heard of him, go Google him and go check his shit out. R&B, street rap, everything. Sings, raps, all of it.
Yeah, I heard the name. I haven't checked it out yet.
Super dope. You will not, you'll call me and be like, Face wasn't fucking around. For real.
It's E-R-I-C-K or E-R-I-K?
E-R-I-C-K-L-O-T-T-A-R-Y, Eric Lottery. Spotify, his shit is jumping, YouTube jumping, RNG Golf, which I'm half white, I'm half Portuguese, I can't say it. So RNG Golf, y'all can put it together. You know what I'm saying? That's blown up.
Okay, yeah, I see him right here. I'm looking him up on Facebook right now.
By the way, I recommend his Summer on Central. I recommend the Summer on Central EP. That's his little R&B hip hop vibe, and anything he did with them Charlotte boy. I mean, it's dope. You'll love it, no doubt.
Yeah. Let me follow. There you go.
Hey, and he's from right off of out there, you know, off of Sand Hill Road, out there off of Parkton Road area. You know what I'm saying? So
I like that. Oh goodness.
So we calling these things performances nowadays, or I think they're should be called listening parties. Personally, like when you just play the whole song and you're just up there, just
and you kind of rap.
Yeah, it should
not
be like
even
a
doing the whole
listening
thing,
party,
just
right?
kind of walking across the stage.
Yeah. Like it's not even really a performance. You're just paying to go to a listening party, and then they got 10 guys on stage with them. That's on it doing this. They're doing this on their phone on stage.
On stage.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? There's 10 guys on stage on their phone.
Man.
Throw some fucking t-shirts or a towel or something.
They doing that because they was there when the album was created. They know all the lyrics. There's nothing new for them. They just had a big ass building like, yo, we got to play the album. It ain't no performance.
About to play the album.
But man, I'll be damned. My homeboys don't know my lyrics. My homeboys know my lyrics. My wife know my lyrics. And my wife jumping around. Like, good, Jones on the mic, and then going to the hook. All right, cool. Ain't nobody really like soaking in the album. Like, soak in the album, man. Soak it in, man. Find that song that you don't like. Find that song that you do like. But it's different now, man. It's a different day and age.
I used to make him pour my shots, but he just bailed out. I was making him. I don't know if y'all saw it. I was directing this dude to pour my shots. So
you got a personal shot pourer.
Man, my kid. Hey, I got you know we
personal sommelier in there.
Oh yeah. My bong will stand in for me while I'm not here. You talking about?
All right. I push the J myself, man. I gotta get ready
So
for
if that
work.
motherfucker keep talking shit, I'm gonna fuck him up. I'm gonna smoke that dude.
You out, Z?
Goodness, man. You know
You
what?
out, Z?
I'm hating.
Yeah, man. I gotta get ready for work and shit, man. But
All right.
as I said, it's always real
Yo,
with y'all, man. I see y'all next Friday, live from the Fayettenam, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
live
Word.
for fade now.
All
Yo,
right.
All right.
Peace,
yo,
fat boy.
Z. Yo,
Yeah.
yo,
Get on
Z.
this conversation, man. Let's give us some thoughts about
Man,
the scene, man. What do you think is going on?
Well, let him chime into the first question, the J. Cole one. Like, do we need J. Cole to put somebody on, and should he try to attempt to put somebody on?
no.
I think J. Cole is putting. I think J. Cole putting, the people that he rock with, that he see that he want to mess with, he putting them on. But to expect more than that, I don't really see. I feel like Cole is doing what Cole want to do as far as that go, or what he. I'm not even gonna say what he can do, but he gonna do what he
Obligated to do, right? I mean, I feel like he go above and beyond what he. I mean,
right,
what is he obligated
right.
to do? You know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, you know what I mean. He's already doing. He really don't gotta do nothing, but he's already doing more than he's doing quite a bit for North Carolina. He got the Dreamville Fest. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Man, you go and say from Fayetteville to the 2-6, and cats know what you talking about.
Yeah.
And we
You know where he's from. He ain't like the rest of the cats that came from North Carolina and you think they came from New York. You think they came from Cali. Whole time they came from Greensboro, Fayetteville. You know what I mean? Nah, you know where he's from. He came from right up the road. So I don't know, man. J. Cole, he doing what he gonna do with it. You know what I mean? And he,
That's another thing we need to talk about. Some cats who said they were from New York and they from around here, like this and that,
Oh
like
man,
Lil
talk about
Mo,
it.
like a couple few other people.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
I got a unique perspective
Talk
on that.
about it.
I'm from Brockton, Massachusetts, but I've been here since I was 3 years old. I'm from Fayetteville, man. I grew up here. This is my home. I love my city. And most of my friends weren't born here, but they were raised here. So, I mean, my kid's from here. You know what I'm saying? And he's proud of it because I made him proud of what it is.
Well, let me ask y'all this, though. Could it also be that we're in a time where cats got to get on and you don't get put on? We're in a time where you don't really get put on. Everybody gets on. You get on. Nobody really gets put on.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so there's no real put on for me.
No,
I
there's
mean,
no real
you
put
got
on.
to have something cooking. Like I wouldn't even try to be put on unless I already had something cooking myself. I'm trying to like invest in what I have, and then when I run out of my investment, I try to go to the next level of investment. Like that's what you got to do. I feel like, and the short form, everything's different than what we did. But I'm just saying, I mean, it's all about investing in yourself to the limit you can, and then saying, hey man, who's the cat above me where I can, and you sell it. I mean, what are you doing? You sell, this is the return on your investment. I don't understand music business. Everybody wants to separate it into two words and do one
you're
or
right.
the other.
You're right.
You want to be really good at one or the other, but you can be mediocre. You can be middle of both and do really good. So I mean,
And then here's my opinion, and I feel you, Face. Man, I know the brother right there. No, let me go this way. I know the brother Jay got something to say, man. But don't nobody owe us anything.
Yeah.
Nobody owe. I love you, Paul. I love you, Face. I've known y'all since 90-something. 2000.
Absolutely.
99. Nobody owes anybody anything.
Mr. Jones,
like, yo, my man,
on Jones' couch. Jones slept on my couch.
For real. If my people are doing this and they having success, who am I to be at the crib like, man, I used to freestyle with that motherfucker. He owes me $50,000. No.
That's the thing is, you also got to look at a lot of the times nowadays. when you look at it, look who's getting put on versus who's getting on. Like you get the cats. This people start talking industry plant nowadays. Once you get on and you got the whole industry, the label shebang behind you and everything. People start talking industry plans. People start talking, oh, you don't need the name, you got the market and da 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 da. You know what I mean? So versus somebody like J. Cole, where they got that backstory that they took the trip, took the risk, spent the nights. You know what I mean? It's a difference now. So I don't know. There's kind of a stigma behind it. I think more than it used to be. Like the label before used to be like, yo, I'm trying to get signed. They gonna put you on. I gotta get put on so I can da 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 da. And now it's like, if you get put on, they might run you, they might clown you, they might have you doing all kind of stuff in the name of your 360 deal, and that's how you got to eat. So you gonna do this, Pepsi commercial where you half naked or whatever. You know what I mean? Because they got
ASAP. You in a dress. ASAP.
Different day and age. That's all.
Yeah. These heels on. Wong Fu, we love you, motherfucker.
I didn't expect that.
You in general.
So artistic integrity versus whatever, but here's the deal. Welcome to the NIL generation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't need the labels. We needed the labels. We needed radio. They don't need radio. Radio needs them.
They just need to be an influencer.
Okay, you're right, though, but they still keep using the labels of radio. So
do you know that the labels, when this, okay, let's talk about this Oliver dude. He blows up. The labels are shitting themselves. They're throwing money. Why? Because they can't stand that they're not making billions off the millions they could have made.
You're talking about Oliver Anthony, right?
Yeah, yes. Yeah. So you don't think the labels are upset that they missed out on the billions they could have made off the hundreds of thousands they could have paid him?
Of course they are.
And that's exactly what they would have done to you, me, or all these people on the screen when we blew up with our single, and they took, and that's all it is to them. So I mean,
Well, how many artists are going to take the stance he took and say, I'm going to pass up the $8 million deal?
A bunch of motherfuckers like Top Ramen and air conditioners hanging out their windows.
Yeah, like once you throw that $8 million deal, like they're not going to pass
they're already on it.
Fuckers with wheels on their home.
Yeah, even though they don't need the labels, even though they don't need radio, they're still going to run the labels. They're still going to run the radio.
My bad, man. Sorry.
It's like a continuous cycle, basically.
This,
you know what?
How many stories do you have to get? Like, what was it? Like the Stallion or somebody else who just looked at their money and finding out they were making pennies on the dollar, off of every stream and everything they were doing.
This was really crazy though. The same conversation we having right now.
This is dope. This is so dope.
Is the same conversation that the labels is having right now, trying to figure it out because it's an industry-wide problem. Music ain't something like
this. This is why I love conversation. I love conversation. Say that shit again.
Getting more specific. Hip hop ain't selling and moving like it was 10 years ago. So the whole conversation is totally different. So now it's like, the whole industry is trying to figure out how we gonna make this work because these thug songs ain't selling no more. Drill songs ain't selling no more. Everybody started saying Afro beats, the Latin music. And from hearing that made me feel like it's just the enjoyment of hip hop, like the fun of hip hop, the party of hip hop ain't what it was. You know what I mean? When it was pop, now everybody's sliding, everybody depressed, everybody, got mama issues, daddy issues, hot girl summer, all this like people have a good time, man. Pressing out here nowadays,
That's the whole point. It's that subject matter. You hear the same subject matter 15 million different times, and people will want to hear something different. So they're going to slide over to whatever's the next thing that more inviting. More,
What is it? Sad rap? Sad rap? What the fuck is sad rap?
Oh no.
Emo rap.
Sad rap.
DJ Izzy Nice. Shout out to my boy Izzy. He hates the sad rap. I love it. Shout out to my boy Izzy Nice. One of my homeboys, Izzy.
Hey, I'm happy.
So sad rap is like, guess what?
Happy born
what
taper
Block
to my
Baby
brother Zach Lesson.
and
Peace.
Born Be More, another artist who I think could go. A dope, polished sound, right?
Mm.
They sad, man. They talking about the stove was heating up their house. They slept on mattresses. You know, they ate the top ramen in the brick with just a seasoned salt. So
I'm not mad at that, man. I'm not
I
mad
live
at
that
that.
life. I don't understand sad rap. That's life.
You know what I mean?
I'm not mad at that. What I get
Ooh, nah, nah, nah. He
what I get mad at
house with the oven. Ooh, nah,
what
nah, nah. On low class, Block Baby Moolah. I've been fighting demons my whole life. That's what
Man, we
Nipsey
all
Hussle.
fight demons.
But what I think it really is reaction rap. You know what I mean? Like this is what's getting
Oh,
in.
wow, I never heard that before.
This is
Reaction
what
rap.
makes people, people want to feel something again, really, with the music. Like before, it was just I want to,
Exactly.
I don't even know. It was just I want something to listen to. I want it to be a background of my life. But now people want to actually be able to tune into the music and get something out of it besides just a beat and a hook. I guess you know what I mean. This is just near as I can tell. I'm not.
They want to return to real lyrics.
I wanted to get something out of it back in the day, and I did.
I want to ask you a question. Because the people show improve. The people show improve by what they look at and what they pay for.
Okay.
And they looking at and they paying for stuff that they're not doing. There's people straight up in college getting their masters, but they the number one people listening to whatever. You know, it's just real wild to me, man.
I think people listen to
You
whatever.
know, hey yo, check this out. I don't wake up in the morning and
you know what I'm saying? I just think that what we see is 2% being glorified on the media. I think the silent majority still listens to dope hip hop. I have a differing opinion on that.
And it's not being publicized. It's one of those things where, back in the day, we used to hear it on the radio. Now everybody has to go out and search it. When it's a social media thing, the social media is going to push one thing.
And that's what's crazy to me, because I got, I'm 47 years old, and people are like, you shouldn't be listening to this. But then you look around, it's like, hey man, my booty hole brown. Like, hey, y'all down with that? Like, yeah, we down with it. 3 million of us are down with it. I'm like, all right. I can't. I'm not. And I'm not dissing. I'm just looking around. I'm like, yo, 3 million y'all like that?
Mr. Jones, since you segued to that, I got a 7-year-old daughter, man. I got a 7-year-old.
I got a 9-year-old niece.
I'm
sure somebody's father.
Where's her Queen Latifah, man? Where's her MC Light? Where's her woman to tell her who you calling a bitch? Where's her woman to tell
man?
I'm gonna go even deeper than that on y'all. I'm gonna go even deeper than that. I have a 7-year-old son. Where's his KRS? Where's his? You know what I mean? Like, this is college going. They got everybody, not just the girls, like everybody. Early times, like
I don't mean to cut you off, brother. All due respect, I'm sorry. But back to the J. Cole conversation. I met J. Cole as a young kid, and I was on the Shockwave the night he was the first time he was ever on radio at like 15. Yeah. And his name was Therapist, and I was the co-host, and I called him the rapist on accident when I was announcing.
You did that on purpose. You did that on purpose, man.
Jones knows the story.
Come on, man. You know the word therapist when you say it.
I want to get back to it. So my son, actually, his favorite artist is J. Cole, and I'm proud of that. That's what he listens to, because he gets positive. He's smart. My kid is smart. Why? Because J. Cole's smart. You got a college degree from St. John's. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? My man came from over there, but his mama was struggling over there, right off by Utah. Man, I'm from West Fayetteville. I'm from Galloway Drive off Strickland Bridge, and then I lived in the Bunts Road off the Oaks, not the Oaks, but the Quill Hollow number 2.
Right off of Rayford Road.
Yeah, so I mean, I understand what it's like. So I'm appreciative of that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and that's
Yeah.
Fayetteville, man. And see,
Yeah.
motherfuckers say what they want, man, who control the narrative, the mic text or whatever, blah, 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 the gatekeepers. But the truth of the
Yeah.
matter is, it's the hip hop heads like us, the cats that really loved hip hop, that we're the blood that connected shit together. Jones connected character assassins to me when I connected to Sloan Sliver,
Oh, he's
RSP.
scared the
Sloan
assassins.
was my
Yeah.
producer.
Yeah,
And
man.
then I connected with JB and Project, and then I connected with Strange through them, and then we connected through Strong Milk to Libation. It's a lot of tentacles in Fayetteville hip hop, and people don't respect that shit. And you can say what you want to say, come hate what you want to hate. The truth is the truth. You can't hate on the truth. And what
History.
the Friday Night Shockwave did for hip hop and Big Frost, you can't be overshadowed.
Man,
That shit,
I used
you really
to
sucking Ray's dick to get on the independent spotlight, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And
I
then
used
Big gave
to
you
I
every
used to
week
call up
have a battle.
I used to call up Foxy 99 when Rico the Thin Man was on air, and it'd be after midnight, and he would
Mr.
let people
Jones. That's
freestyle.
when I heard him the first time.
And
That shit.
I won that shit 3 weekends in a row. I didn't win no money. I was just trying to just do some shit. You know what I mean? It was just fun. And then one day I was riding with my mom, running some errands and shit. I'm in the passenger side, of course. And some motherfucker jumps on the radio on 104.5. He says, "Yeah, can you play?" He was talking to 104.5. What's my man's name? You already know his name.
Super Metro or
Man,
or
this
TJ,
guy said,
TJ Jenkins.
Big Bruce, TJ Jenkins, Ronnie
nah,
Rio.
the big man. I can't
Teddy Bear
remember
all
his name
over
right
there,
now.
D-Rock. D-Rock.
Man, this guy said,
Big
yeah, can you
Snow
play Ready or Not? Can you play Ready or Not? Fuck Mr. Jones. And I'm riding with my mom. I'm fucking 17 years old. Like, oh, motherfuckers got heat out here. All right. Man, just crush cats, man. Yo, everybody right here that I see, y'all the illest, man.
Stories.
Cats, man. Anyway.
Crazy. Yeah, we used to have the Empire had a joint up there at 104 and 99. That was number
I meant to
at
say Vic Frost.
104, number 6 at 10 at 99. For the independent spotlight.
Are you serious?
So, yeah.
Are you?
I remember that.
Are you serious?
That was dope. I was definitely. I listened to the spotlight.
What?
And we did my shit.
Wow. Say it again.
There's a lot of history around here. A lot of history.
And I didn't really have a relationship with Paul Masson because at the time of that, there was only room for one white boy at a time in hip hop back then, and we had to hate each other. So
it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that.
I didn't even know him.
I think Nerve Wreck probably felt the same way about both of us too.
I wanted to punch Nerve Wreck. Nerve Wreck wanted to punch me in the face. I hated Nerve Wreck. Now we're great friends. But I hated Nerve Wreck.
No, first time I
How
met
dare you
Nerve
be a
was
white boy and rap like me? You can't rap like me. You ain't no real white boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then you had Low Keys come in later after us.
Yeah,
I was DDT Low Keys.
He came in later.
I was DDT Low Keys.
Luckily, he got into bodybuilding and went to wrestling.
For Low Keys.
I saw. I was there when Low Keys.
Yo, we're sleeping on right now. I can't say this. We can't talk about white boys in Fayetteville if we don't say E-Dub from fucking
No,
piece of E-Dub, man.
What about PJ? What about PJ from RSP?
Oh, yes.
He went from Fayetteville. He's from Rayford.
How about the reincarnation how about the reincarnation as what is he? What is it? The Rayford, Billy Ray Ford. Billy Ray Ford. He's our own. Like white boy back in the day from House of Pain that became the singer. So
who said it?
Google Billy Ray Ford. As Project, he did a whole rockabilly rock rap. Billy Ray Ford. I played it on my show last year on the internet radio show that got 60,000 views. Project as Billy Ray Ford, Raeford, 3 words, Billy, and it's dope. It's dope. I got it, and
Hey,
you
yo,
know that's
who
Project P.
who said there's
How
a
the
lot
hell
of
we get
history
to
here?
Battle
Who
of the
said that?
White Boys?
How
How
we
the hell we
get
get to Battle of the
Oh,
White Boys?
that was you. That was you, Jay.
That was me. I took us down that road. I like to do that. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of history here.
There's another one, BTS. BTS Prolific. You forgot him too.
Come on, man. What you know about BTS, man?
They had a white boy
Right,
too.
cool.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fayetteville was a lot of competition though.
Grab the
But
joystick.
back to the J. Cole thing. You think even if he put somebody on that it would be enough? People would still complain?
No.
Now,
People
y'all should give me a
people
little set.
still complain.
Set up
Still
little. You guys
complain,
sit over
right?
here. You don't be on camera, then.
I think the thing would be, you know, they probably would complain about who it was or whatever, or, you know, say, you know, oh, it was this person, not that person.
Right?
Yeah, it wasn't them.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, when you had different, like I was at the IMAs a few years ago when they had the IMAs, you know, here in Fayetteville.
What's the IMAs? What's that?
It was the
Independent
Music Awards. This one got put it on.
Okay, cool.
And had it over at the on Fayetteville State Campus. And, you know, everybody was complaining about this person won, that person won this award, this person won that award, you know, and, you know, oh, somebody else he knows. It's this person he knows. I think that year Jane Doe hosted it. And you know, it's the same mentality. They try to you know, complain about who won this award and who won that award because, you know, because the way the thing goes, you know what I'm saying? It was the same way. I went to the NCUMAs. I was a presenter at the NCUMAs and a performer at the NCUMAs up in Greensboro some years back. So, you know, same thing. Oh, this person was up there. This person was up there. You know, this person won. That person won. That year, P. Batters brought out P.D. Pablo. He was out there as a performance.
I know both names. I
think I did promotion for that cat, P. Batters.
And matter of fact, E-Dub was out there that year. But you know, it was just like, you know, you get the same type of mentality. You know what I'm saying? People talk about, you know, we're gonna complain about this one, complain about that one, complain about who's doing what. You know, just do your own thing and network with like-minded folks. This is what will move everybody forward. You know, you may not get along with this person on this thing or this person on that thing, but just something you can find to do together to where all of y'all can move in the same direction. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be that difficult.
Hey, yo, Mr. J, can I ask you a question? Do you think there's a true Carolina sound?
I don't think there's a particular sound necessarily because we went through, because there's so many different people here, and because from border to border, there's colleges, military bases. There's such an influx of different people from everywhere. We kind of went through whatever wave was coming through, and it's stuck in different places. So, you know, you had that one time where everybody was just on a complete New York sound, or, you know, that's what people touched on. Kind of Mike Tech talked about it in an interview, you know, with somebody else a minute ago. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, you know, how these particular cats kind of sounded like they were from New York and North Carolina wasn't on that. And I kind of disagree with that in some way because that's why it sounded like that, because people were on that sound at that time. And now you kind of got a drill sound, or you got a mix of different sounds. You know, a mix of different things. What may be a little bit more popular with the younger cats is maybe a little bit more drill, but you still got cats like us who are more lyrical, may have, you know, different sounds.
Would you mind
You
if
got
I use
cats
the
that
word
are, you know, that may
traditional?
have some lyrical boom bap. You know what I'm saying? So it's a mixture.
Right.
Yeah, plus you
I
gotta think up
remember
north. I hate to cut you off, Jones. Plus, you got to think like you look at
It's all
places
good.
like Durham. They got the up, you got Ninth Wonder and whatnot. So it's more like the underground hip hop sound. You get down in here, Fayetteville, we're more into like we've always been crunk and trappy and things of that nature. I always said North Carolina is like the dividing point of the up north sound and the down south sound because we got both. We've always had both and whatnot.
You got
So we
everything.
don't have one sound. We're just too much variety. Too much variety.
I wouldn't say too much. I understand what you're saying, so I'm not
Yeah, you got
shooting that down. But we got a lot because everybody comes to Fayetteville, whether it's Amtrak, Greyhound, United Airways, military. Everybody is here. New York City is in Fayettenam.
Yeah, but they don't think too
know,
highly of us when they
Wisconsin.
come here. They don't think too highly of us when they come here as local artists. That's the problem. We have to find a way to make them think more of us. We gotta find a way to make ourselves bigger than we are, make them think we're bigger than we are or something. We gotta change the perception that people have. Because even in Atlanta, they say, I've heard a couple people say this. In Atlanta, they say the reason J. Cole hasn't put nobody on is because there's no talented rappers in Fayetteville.
I can't speak for them, but I know a statement like that is not true.
Yeah, but that statement is out there
I do know
that
that.
J. Cole has not put on nobody from Fayetteville because there's no talented rappers from Fayetteville.
Whoa. Who said there's no
They say
rappers
that in
from
places like
Fayetteville?
Atlanta. In Atlanta places, they say things like that. Like J. Cole
Well,
hasn't put nobody on from Fayetteville because
it's
there's
just
no
not a true
talented
statement.
rappers.
It's not a true statement.
But you were
It's
gone.
not.
You were
That's what I'm
gone for
saying.
what we were talking about. We got to change the perception on what people think about us as local rappers when they come to Fayetteville.
But
Jones was
it's
talking
like
about everybody coming to Fayettille because we're
Log into
military
a
town.
computer then. Log into Spotify. Log on to YouTube. Right now, I can change your perception.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm working on a project, 102.6thestreets.com,
Which
will be a
enough.
24/7, 365 station of Fayetteville. Nothing but dope shit, old shit, new shit. I got 60 hours of dope Fayetteville music that can't be denied. I'm not talking about some old my boy did a mixtape shit, industry standard type shit. I mean, it's slept on. I can play dozens of songs. Every time I do for people, they're like, wow, what is this? What is this? I mean, it's Fayetteville music. We have a sound. We have a consistent artist base.
We just talked about we don't have a sound. We don't have an
No,
identified
I feel
sound for
like
North
we
Carolina.
do.
No, we don't.
No, like you said, I think this.
No,
there's no sound that you can identify as North
I
Carolina.
think that like producers like the Kid, QDH, the Kid. I think his sound is definitely a Fayetteville sound. I think the Dark Side sound, that production sound is definitely a Fayetteville sound. I mean, it's a high tempo. It is some what you called earlier. I think a little bit of what you call. What'd you say? Sad? Would you say sad rap, Paulie? What'd you say, Paul?
Hey, yo.
Sad rap.
Peace, fellas. I gotta get ready to go, man.
Rap.
I gotta get ready to go. I just want to say peace to y'all. But
man, love to Mr. Jones.
Man, love to all of y'all, man. Like, this is real beautiful, and my wife is like tapping on the glass, like, bring your ass up. But yo, I gotta say this. Understand.
All right, I got to be out
Character
too,
assassins. Character assassins are the first cats from Fayetteville to ever be in the Unsigned Hype.
They inspired me.
Had that single.
I already know where you're gonna go, so you ain't got time for it. Just go ahead and tell your wife you about to go.
Oh no, man! You know what? I feel like
I know where you're gonna go with it. You ain't got time to get into it. Trust me.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like telling my wife, like, fuck this Mexican restaurant. I'm staying on the podcast. But, I got things to handle. But man, much love to all of y'all, man. Salute. Salute. All of y'all are legends. Thanks for inviting me. Y'all have a good night, man. Peace.
All right, much love to everybody, man. Paul, thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate all y'all's opinion, man. You know, it's about the city, and I want everybody to remember that it's about the city, man. I love the city. That's what it's about, man. 2-6.
All right.
All
Keep
right.
popping.
Right, y'all.
What's
And
up?
then
Y'all
what's
gotta
it?
go?
Got some more ideas, more things
Um,
you want to talk about?
see, I'm just kicking it, man. I'm gonna keep it real. I wasn't, I ain't,
You out of
I can't think
Greensboro though,
of-
right?
Yeah, I am out of Greensboro. Yeah, 336. You know what I mean? Born and raised. I'm trying to think of a cool topic. Kind of threw me on the spot just now.
This what do you think of, like the growth, you know what I'm saying, out there is just that whole area, you know what I mean?
Um, I don't know, man. I see like a lot of networking in all the areas of North Carolina. Like I see a lot of networking. I have ran into a lot of people that got their business together. You know what I mean? They got, they got stuff going on other than just hitting the studio and performing and stuff in there. So I don't know. It's like a strange landscape. It's like, I think back to that time when the baby first came out, and it was kind of anybody game in North Carolina because people kind of realized you didn't have to do like J. Cole did and leave North Carolina. And so people kind of felt like, yo, let me get popping in the state. But I don't know. I feel like that's kind of died down quite a bit. And so it's a strange landscape where it seemed like anybody could go, you know what I mean? But it's not really too many people actually going. You feel me? So I don't know. I feel like North Carolina has a lot more eyes on it than you used to, especially in the 90s. It seemed like, North Carolina was, the middle of nowhere to a lot of motherfuckers. But nowadays it seemed like North Carolina got a lot more attention than it used to, but it still seemed like kind of the underdog, like always the underdog. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's kind of frustrating to witness because I've seen some cats that I know you can go, like you go and you see their Spotify numbers are straight and all that too, but they also can, bring some people they might not pack out a whole big 600 person venue, but they can bring out 20, 30, 40, 50 people, you know what I mean? But it's like and then you see somebody like Tusi, he go, you know what I mean? But even that's it seems few and far between. So I don't know, man. It's just something strange, like something there's still some dots that's not quite connected in places. Yeah. Don't ask me what you
I think that's the biggest thing, you know what I'm saying? People are networking more than they were.
Yeah.
I definitely see that. I definitely see people, kind of moving in a certain direction, but we just can't seem to connect all the dots. We can't seem
honestly
that consistency among everybody.
When I look at it, I feel like it's because partially, I'm not going to say completely, but partially, it seems like the major centers seem just far enough apart that it's tough to kind of link them all together. You see what I'm saying? It's even though they're not like miles and miles and all this, but it seems like it's just Charlotte is just far enough away from Greensboro and just far enough away from Raleigh to where it's tough to get all three of them together on one accord. You feel me? So you wind up doing something in the Charlotte market, and then you wind up having to do something else in the Greensboro market, and then something else in the Raleigh market because it's three different markets rather than a North Carolina market, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
you know
it makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah.
You have to approach Fayetteville differently than you would approach, Durham. You feel me? It's like different cultures even within the state. And I don't know. I think that's part of what might be some of the hurdles. It's not one. When you think North Carolina, you might think something from Durham. You might think something that comes from Green. You might think UNC basketball. Well, that's Chapel Hill. You might think barbecue. Well, that might be more the rural type areas. You might think, you know what I mean? But it's not like one thing that's like, yo, this is North Carolina. And I think that kind of permeate into the music too. Even with other genres I've seen too. You see other genres, and when you think North Carolina bluegrass. I can't think of one, North Carolina rock and roll. I think of maybe like Arcade Fire, but it ain't like one solid sound where like all the people from North Carolina in this genre sound like or resemble or, I don't know. Maybe I'm rambling, but
Let me
No, that
ask you
makes a lot of
this though.
sense.
You were talking about the baby earlier, right? You said he
uh-huh.
blew up in North Carolina. I don't think he really blew up in North
Well,
Carolina.
not in, but from is
But
what I
he
was.
was living. I get what you're saying. He was living in North Carolina when he blew up, but I don't
Mhm.
think he really had the back of North Carolina like that until
Yeah.
afterwards. Because I did promotion on the 21 record. I didn't even know who he was. And then somebody was like, yo, he's the guy that was in a diaper at South by Southwest. I think really the antics is really what blew him up.
There's a lot of them.
And he blew up somebody, and then he put somebody on from Charlotte.
Stunner
Yeah,
from Vegas.
I think what we need to do is we need Fayetteville cats to be going to Charlotte to perform. We need Durham cats to go to Charlotte to perform. We need Greensboro cats to be. We need everybody just needs to go to Charlotte, and that needs to be the hub. It's the biggest city.
It makes sense.
It's the biggest city. It's you got the football team, the pro teams. You got to make it a hub, and if everybody's all spread out, like you said,
Yeah.
the dots ain't
Well,
connected.
it's kind of becoming the de facto hub because a lot of when the music showcases and stuff were going on,
Yeah,
a lot of the MEC and a lot of the certain people were coming around. They kept talking about
So you asked what? You asked how I see
a lot of those
it.
people start going that way. They're coming to Charlotte.
Yeah. You asked how I see the scene. You know what I mean? And this would be part of it. And it's just different. The pieces are there. So in my opinion, when I think like Raleigh Durham, it seems like that's the area that has the most organization, if that makes sense, where it seemed like they kind of had the ducks in a row as far as the back end, as far as, you know, the business aspect of it. You know what I mean? And then when I think like Fayetteville, I think the hunger. You know what I mean? This niggas is hungry in Fayetteville. Niggas is, trying to go get it. You know what I mean? Like niggas ain't trying to play. When I think Fayetteville, I don't think about, bubblegum pop type shit. You feel me?
yeah,
So when I think Charlotte, you know what I mean? I think more like the mainstream. Still not bubblegum pop, but more mainstream. Like that's where they gonna look. When somebody come from New York looking for somebody, they might come to Raleigh, they might come to Greensboro, but they most likely gonna go to Charlotte. You know what I mean? When I think Greensboro, it's just a lot of creativity. I feel like it's a lot of different. I can't pinpoint no one, and that come to art, music. You know what I mean? Dance, food. It's not one thing that I can really pinpoint that's really like, yo, this is. But it's so like a vast array of different sounds, cultures, tastes. I don't know. It's almost a melting pot. And I don't know, man. If you could combine all of that stuff, and I feel like you were saying, Paul, go to take it, combine it, take it to Charlotte because Charlotte is where they're gonna come looking. So if you can get all that together, that business, that organization, the creativity, and the different flavors and tastes, get them all in Charlotte. You know what I mean? I feel like it'll give North Carolina at least a better chance. I feel like that's a good idea. You know what I mean?
and where's our Cash Money records, our No Limit records? I mean, we've had a few independent labels through the days. I remember what was it? You had Loudmouth with Rolling Weight in them. You
Now,
had
see,
Spot Rushers, which was out of, I want to say they were out of Greensboro, Durham, or something.
mhm.
A few different independent labels through
Yeah,
the days,
others records was out of Greensboro.
They're still
but
kicking.
nothing that really, stood out. Nothing that really made it. I don't think cats combine their resources enough. I
Mm-hmm.
think
Mm-hmm.
everybody is just like,
There's an island. There's a bunch of islands,
yeah, it's just I don't know how to explain it. It's just nobody. And then I think like even if you take like 5 rapper guys and put them together, and say one guy's gonna be the face, the other 4 is probably gonna have a problem. Like Mr. J was saying about the awards, and people always gotta, if it's not them, You know, if they're not the star, they're not the face. Some people can't play roles. They're not willing to play roles. You know, like a Tony Yayo. Tony Yayo is just a prime example of loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Like, and how I think you really make it in this business, man. You know, you got to wait your turn sometimes, especially if you want to get put on. If you want to get put on, you know, everybody trying to get put on, you got to wait your turn. You either go out there and get on, or you wait your turn to get put on.
And honestly, that's a symptom kind of just overall of society right now. You know what I mean? People just, I don't know, it's kind of play linking up a group of people all on one accord and get them all moving in the same direction. Man, by the time you even get started, somebody done got in a fight with somebody else. Somebody done tweeted something on da-da-da. Somebody done went live and da-da-da. Bad review, bad infighting, bad blood. Like, man, you ain't even got started yet. You ain't even dropped the first single of the group. Like, hell, think about like P. Diddy and the band. I know that was some TV shit, but that's kind of an example. You know what I mean? Just little bullshit, the little shit inside, little nitpicky shit. You ain't even started nothing, but y'all already bickering and arguing. Ain't nobody make no money. Ain't nobody drop music. What's going on? So, and what's crazy is nowadays, that's gonna be the shit that's gonna really get the views. All the little nitpicky behind the scenes reality TV show shit. That's gonna be the shit that's gonna keep niggas watching. You ain't heard one song, but you know Shaquita was about to fight Shonda, and they were supposed to be in the studio recording, but they ain't recording nothing because the producer kicked them out and called the police. But what the song sound like, bro?
Yeah, we're at a point where you got to sell the music last. Everything else sells first. The antics,
Right.
the merchandise, a box of cereal, some chips. Oh, and guess what? And we also got music. Like, you got to sell the music last nowadays, damn near.
Yeah, while you over here eating these snacks, why don't you get this?
Check out this song. You know what I'm saying? It's so backwards. It's like we used to sell the music, and now you got to sell everything else before. Like, I did the interview with Mutate God, and he was talking about, like, you know, selling toilet paper and shit. And I'm like, yo, well, damn. I know people need toilet paper more than they need music, so we gotta. That's the problem. People think. They think they need the music, especially when it's trashy as hell nowadays. Oh man,
you can get it anywhere, and you can get it anywhere, anytime. You ain't got to buy it, you ain't got to ask for it, you ain't got to look for it. You can just pull it up. Music come, but the thing is, I think that go back to what we were talking about earlier about how like sales are down and all that good stuff. Because think about how many times people done went through that process where they found a rapper they like. Ain't heard song one, but you seen them on TV, you heard them on the radio talking on an interview or something, you seen them on a commercial. Oh, I like that. Let me cop that because I seen them and I like that person. You know, cop some merchandise, da-da-da-da-da. Then you hear the song and the song is trash. Or then you done bought a ticket to the concert. Yeah, I'm about to go see my man, $45 ticket, $100 ticket, $250 ticket. And you get there and bro rapping over the vocals, walking back and forth on stage, hands in his pockets. Homeboys in the back ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? You ain't got nothing going on. I mean, and then you gonna go through before it's like, bro, fuck that, man. What the Afro beats motherfuckers talking about, bro? Them niggas be having dancers and shit, you know what I mean? And I think that's presentation. Yeah, I think that's a symptom of what all was going on now. You done bought into the whole, everything else got sold first. You sold the sizzle before you sold the steak. And then you get the steak and it's shoe leather and it's burnt all to hell and you don't want it, but now you done already paid for it. And you done bought a dessert to go with it. And you
want sauce grounded in it.
Right. And you done had to make a reservation just to sit down and get the shit. You pissed off, like, man, we ain't coming back to this restaurant ever again. So I think that's kind of the symptom that we get in people. All the marketing, man. You get so much other stuff before you get to the actual product. And then you get to the product and it's no good. And it's something mediocre and it's my booty hole brown. You know what I mean? And then it's like, I don't want to hear this. I can't play this in the car. Like, niggas done got away with playing some shit over the years. You know what I mean? Let's keep it all the way live. Men and women rappers done said all kind of stuff, but I think people are getting more conscious about about what they ingested.
Well, and plus it wasn't so blatant. Now it's just blatant. Now people don't care. Now you got people in there, and you know that even if something's coming out, somebody may have wrote that for that person, and the fact that they wrote that for that person, you're going, you're not even attempting to do anything now. You're just putting it out here.
And like y'all was saying, you know, I got a 4-year-old daughter, I got a 9-year-old daughter or whatever, you know what I mean? A lot more people is thinking about it.
What's up?
You know what I mean? A lot more. It's not just 1, 2, 3 people. It's millions of people that's now starting to think, yo, can I play this at my kid's birthday party? You know what I mean? Can I play this at somebody's graduation? And you might can at the ratchet ones, but them be the ones where niggas getting fights and shit. Niggas in the parking lot done got shot or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's that frequency of it. I think more people is getting conscious to that. So it's getting a little tougher to push my booty hole brown. Like, yeah, it might be all good during the summer. You had to cook out with your girl Al, but when it's time to go back to the principal office, you know what I mean? When it's time to go to court, when it's time to go to the bank, to a job interview, maybe not. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, fellas. Well, I think I'm going to have to leave it here.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and slide through.
All right. Peace.
Yeah, how we rocking?